Wait, hold on. Let me give you numbers first. That's 12, 16, 23, 35, 38.
Good audible, Alex. Good audible.
Thank you.
And then I roll those. Jesus Christ. So many dice to roll.
Just remember, if we win this, Solnar didn't do that much. Just remember that. Keep in mind.
This is Quid Pro Roll, a fantasy live play adventure where a party of unlikely heroes embark on a quest to bring dragons back to their world.
Well, howdy, listeners. Welcome to the Daily Crier Listening Show, where all the news in Varian and beyond can make its way, well, right to you. Now, listeners, I'm recording remotely at the moment. Artemis offered to let me stay with them for a little while, as I'm figuring some things out. They've made it. Even past Ilfiel and all her dragons. You know, I really wasn't sure how Koza would fare against inescapably direct confrontation. But he gave Johannes and Solinar and Pochi enough time to sneak by, and in the end, actually found some common ground with Ilfiel. Now the party stands rejuvenated with only one floor of the tower left to go. Well, there's only one way to find out what's at the top. In any case, as always, y'all take care now.
You all have reached the penultimate level of the tower at last. There is this soft green moss that covers it in its entirety, and there is growth of plant life and tree stumps and, as you recently discovered, fungal growth that has strengthened you.
Thank you. I mean that. But please, get somewhere safe before this gets any worse.
Oh, don't worry. The second you guys move on up to the next tower, I'm going to be absolutely getting out of here. I'm very afraid. But I want to make sure that you all get out of here, okay? We'll have a big party after all this, and we'll have lots of snacks, and we'll have lots of alcohol, and people will make terrible decisions, and it'll be great.
Well, hopefully not too many terrible decisions. Solinar looks around at the group and kind of like affirms, like a knowing affirmative nod to each of them in turn. And then he gets to Alita and he's like, wait, what happened?
What do you mean? In terms of the fact that I look different now? In terms that I can now fire incredibly powerful bolts of energy out of my hands? I talked to my dad.
Your hair's different, your eyes are different, you're not wearing your mask, I'm not blind right now.
Well, yes, my hair's just mildly longer. I generally, this is, I think I look the same. She looks over at Xerxes for confirmation.
Now, I would dare say that Father would no longer be stating hardly a fae. That, my dear sister, is what a true fae should look like.
I don't really know what to do with that, but yes, so I made a contract with my father, and I can now be helpful with the next fight.
Well, Alita, you look a lot different, but I can tell you one thing right now that's definitely for sure. You aren't any different than you always been. But it's nice to see when you smile.
Thank you, Johannes. And
you better be smiling, because we're about to take down The chromatic dragons.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we're ready for this. As ready as we're going to be. Quick question. Why is the Red Dragon Priestess here?
Oh, we're gonna go talk to Emberlyn.
Alita looks incredibly skeptically at Koza, then looks over at Johannes and Solinar and raises an eyebrow.
Johannes gives a thumbs up.
Just at the mention of Emberlyn's name, the fire is back in Solinar's eyes.
Johannes gives a thumbs up.
You're going to go talk to Emberlyn?
I think it's the right thing for Ilfil to do, and I think it's what Ilfil wants to do. Sorry if I'm making assumptions.
The leather on the grip of the sword of Shireen strains as Solinar bears down on it again.
Solinar, Emberlyn is Ilfil's friend, and if Ilfil can stop Emberlyn from doing something that's gonna hurt herself and everybody else in this world, then that's a friend of ours. Not Emberlyn, Ilfil. Emberlyn needs to probably do a few more things before she'd be a friend. Like make a platter of smorgasbord, different cheeses.
Solinar, with just like almost desperation in the rage in his eyes, turns to Alita and Xerxes and Melody, and it's like, we don't have time. We don't have time for any of this.
He's right. Let's go.
Solinar quickly scuffles over to Melody to give her a hug, and is like, "Be safe, okay?"
As you pull away from the hug, she has the big, weepy anime eyes. Okay. Don't die, okay?
That's not the plan.
Go kick/talk their ass into submission. Or to their face or ears, which would probably be more universally effective. I'm gonna go. I'm very afraid of whatever's at the top of the tower, but I'm very excited to see you all.
So after this tender moment with Melody, Solinar turns to go up the stairs, and almost immediately as he vacates Melody's presence, Xerxes has slid up beside her and is like, "So, you know our boy Solinar particularly well? I think the two of you could use an escort away from this place. What do you think? Perhaps we should talk."
That would be ideal.
And a flower large enough to encompass the entire stump appears underneath of it and slowly envelops all three of them.
You hear a soft "what?" as the flower closes.
Solinar glances back, sees the flower closing, and just out of the petals of the flower is just a thumbs up from Xerxes' hand.
like the Terminator going into the lava?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of, but yeah, sort of.
Sort of like that, except not in that way at all.
Right, yes, exactly, precisely.
You ascend to the top of the tower and see stretched before you a huge circular platform like the ones you've cut across to get here. The only difference is that there is now nothing between you and the giant gaping maw in the sky. You can see a circle of bodies dressed in what look to be priest robes. And in the center of it all is this mass of leathery skin and scale and flesh and scar and sinew that writhes and shifts and pulses in a way that makes your stomach turn. Something here is being born. Ilfiel's gonna, like, kind of run forward and look around. I don't see Emberlyn anywhere. She's looking over the bodies and does not see her.
Yeah, Johannes is running from body to body and doing some pulse checks. He's like, yo, pulse check. Any of these people alive?
No.
Wait, so there's a circle of corpses?
Mm-hmm. It looks like they had been standing in a ritual formation and then all at the same time just collapsed. There's no blood, there's no signs of anything violent. They just stopped living and fell down like sacks of potatoes. You don't see any signs of Emberlyn among these bodies.
Okay, so none of the bodies are Emberlyn.
No.
Ilfield, do you recognize any of these people?
I recognize a lot of them, but none of them are Emberlyn. You hear a shifting, wet sound, like something moving inside of a fluid-filled sack.
Ilfield, you don't need to look for me anymore. I'm right here.
The pulsing sack begins to split open. The fluid, this black, acidic ichor, just leaks out of it before, as if emerging from a chrysalis, this amorphous, draconic wing pushes out and begins to take its true form. Another wing splits out, and then a hulking mass of a body pushes itself out. And there is a chill in your blood. The creature that stands before you is draconic in nature, but also elven. The best way that one could describe this is centaur-like, with this enormous form of a black dragon, and molded into it, fused into it, bled into it, is the body of Emberlyn, mutated and formed and fused into Cheyenne. They have become one. Solinar, that will be when you arrive.
Real quick, I'm gonna do something I should have done a long time ago. Detect good and evil.
You know how you smell bad smells when evil's around?
Mm-hmm.
You're smelling hella bad smells.
Okay, what's the sound like? Oh, that's evil. How about the taste? What flavors am I getting in the air?
You're tasting something acidic like bile.
I've got bad news, everybody. I know you all can see my paladin radiance right there for a brief moment. This is detecting some good and evil, and I got really bad news. And then Johannes points at, the combination dragon hut, elven priestess, and he goes, evil!
I mean, is Ilfiel not doing anything with the knowledge that is in fact Emberlyn?
She's staring horrified at the moment.
Okay, awesome. So Solinar hits the top of the stairs and he's like, not quite what I had in mind, but you know what? I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And he thrusting the sword of Shireen forward, he's like, your grass.
Ilfield, I think this is quite bad.
Yeah, this is bad.
It's definitely not what I was hoping for, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the if there's a right choice here. I definitely don't know what to do.
Alita's going to step forward. Whatever your friend was, it's gone now. She's gone. I don't know what that is, but it's not looking out for you. She looks over and kind of rolls her shoulders. This has been what we've gotten all this way to do. After this, we're gonna get the last relic, we're gonna bring the dragons back. And then whatever happens after that, we'll figure out then. But right now, Koza, there is a right choice. And it is to stop whatever this is.
Johannes takes his shields and he's kind of like taking them and he's doing the thing where he like punches his fists together and it makes his shields kind of spark a bit because they got the edges on them. And he goes, there's one thing I know for sure. That right there in front of us is unfortunately evil and we gotta save the world.
Well, now, just one moment, and you can feel this necrotic, dark energy kind of swish around all of you until it creates this shadowy figure that then solidifies into a tiefling lich that you're very familiar with. I would welcome your help, but I do have a score to settle here.
Well, you're not the only one, Bernard.
Yeah, Bernard, I still have 38 pairs of your socks.
Ah, yes. He's going to gesture to Solinar, and whipping through the air and sticking into the stone right in front of him will be the actual sword of Shireen, in that Astrid Shireen is inside of it. Attention sits before you.
Solinar stops charging forward long enough to toss the sword of Shireen to his right hand. Then he grabs attention with his left, wrenches it out of the ground, and goes, "What do you think, Astrid? Time for a little vengeance?"
The sword pulses, and you can feel the energy wrap up your arm.
A blanket of black and purple smoke winds its way up Solinar's arm all the way to the shoulder, consuming even part of his torso in it, as attention becomes fully enlivened with Shadowblade.
Any last words, guys, before we run into all this?
These aren't last words. These are the first words for the rest of our lives. Let's go, team.
Roll for initiative.
I'm gonna look. What is Ilfiel doing?
Ilfiel is shaking like a leaf, but she's holding her staff and it's glowing red with draconic energy.
And Who's that staff pointed at?
It's not pointed at you. She's actually holding it in front of her body almost defensively, but her eyes are glued to the monstrosity that Emberlyn has become.
I'm gonna try to say to buy some time, and I'm gonna try to cast blindness.
That's a 7.
Oh, she failed.
Yeah, she absolutely. Emberlyn is going to both claw at her eyes with her humanoid hands and also try to bat at them with her draconic legs. She's going to let out this wail and open what sort of would be her chest in her draconic form, but you see is this gaping mouth filled with dripping teeth. You hear a soft before it belches out this line of acid, which is going to potentially get Koza and Johannes and Alita. So I'm going to need you guys to make a dexterity saving throw.
Everybody's got +3, I think, on that.
Oh, way to go.
Look, I've got auras. I got auras, okay? That's what I got.
God, Johannes has been aura farming so hard.
Dude! I planted rows of auras in the spring.
All right, Johannes fails, so he will take full damage. You will take half damage, Koza. 45 acid damage.
Oh my god, I am covered in acid. Ow! Oh my god. Soon, please let my face be okay.
All right. Alita is going to run to the side because the line attack is really the thing that's getting at her full speed, and then she's going to release 2 Eldritch Blasts in an attempt to hit. This bolt of green energy that looks like it's made of swirling leaves is going to shoot out from Alita and bap into Emberlyn's big, giant, scary monster mouth.
Oh yeah, get bapped.
Get heckin' bapped. Koza, you're going to feel this sort of glowing aura coming up from the ground. You're going to feel this coolness kind of drift up your body. And you can feel like your arcane acuity is getting sharper and stronger. And you are going to have advantage on your next magical attack roll.
Cool.
So Solinar draws both swords up to roughly chest height and then just like pushes forward and plunges both of them into the Shyam Emberlyn monstrosity. The sword of Shireen, he does kind of a twist and rip motion to pull back out. And the attention has this pulse of dark energy that flows up his arm, and right where the hilt, the basket hilt of attention has made contact with Emberlyn's body, there's just this like ripple of black and purple energy that pulses into the wound before he rips that out as well.
Ilfiel is going to stand there, holding her staff defensively and just looking on in horror. She appears to be frightened. She can't move. She's just shaking. But that will bring us to Johannes's turn.
Oh yeah, well let's see how you like it. And Johannes runs up and runs towards like the mouth and opens his mouth and starts just vomiting holy water at it. And
Holy water breath weapon, let's go.
yeah.
I forgot that you could do that.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do for your turn, buddy?
Well, I mean,
Before you after you baptize this monster?
would that be, I don't, so just mechanically, is that an action or is that a bonus action? I'm fine either way.
I want to say action, but I'm so curious as to what you'll do if I make it a bonus. So I'm going to make it a bonus because I'm so curious.
Well, in that case, if it's a bonus action, I'm going to use my action to do another bonus action. I'm going to vomit more holy water.
All right, moving
Waterboard.
on. Koza, it's your turn.
Okay, first off, I'm gonna do my my favorite little bonus action and cast Chalet, just to get that out of the way. And then I'm going to use one of my wild shapes to activate symbiotic entity. Then I'm gonna look at like what's Ilfiel doing now.
Shivering.
Is anybody next to the creature right now?
Solinar.
Solinar's next.
What the heck?
Yeah, but Johannes is also beside the creature.
Because he did a lot of barfing of holy water, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, hear me
Johannes
out.
Actively, I'm still doing it.
Remember how one time long ago when Alan popped the decanter of endless water and shouted biblical flood? It has come to call once again. Johannes is now the decanter of endless water.
Dude, people
Hell
say
yeah.
he's still barfing holy water to this day. The same day that it started.
Koza's still not sure about like he came up here and he was gonna to try to help he said he was gonna help try to facilitate. He was just gonna try to facilitate, and so he's trying to avoid direct action. I don't know, it's just like going against what was supposed to have just happened. I don't know. But anyway, so so what Koza's gonna do, Koza's gonna take some of his spores, like pinch him and ball him up a little bit, and then huck him, do a little huck right at this big dragon creature. It hits the creature and puffs into a little cloud of spores, and I need the creature to make a wisdom saving throw. The creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach. If there is no creature within its reach... okay, so basically I had no effect because it's doing what I was going to do anyway.
Blinded and confused and shrieking madly, the creature is going to take its legs and swipe forward at Johannes. At the very least, it can feel where the water's coming from.
This is going to end here.
As the creature's kind of swiping out, Johannes, of course, he tried to propel all of this holy water into the mouth of this creature that had shot acid at him, and he's been keeping up a steady stream until he starts getting swiped at, and then he starts jumping and taking evasive action with the shields.
So it's going to swipe once with its leg, and you're going to be able to jump back and dodge it. It's going to swipe a second time, and you're going to be able to dodge that. And then it's going to sort of lurch forward and snap its jaws in an attempt to get you, and that one will hit. So it's going to lurch forward and clamp its jaws shut, and you can hear this crunching on Johannes's armor as the teeth pierce into him. And that will bring us to Alita's turn again. Johannes, you can smell something floral, and you can feel this warm sensation like sunlight dabbling through the leaves on a summer's day.
Yeah, I imagine myself like a flower that's in a bud, and then I'm opening up.
You can feel that energy twist around the wound that the teeth have caused and pull your body more into mend, and you regain 10 HP.
Hell yeah.
Bernard is going to reach his arm up, and you can hear him shout an incantation in some language you've never heard before. And 5 bolts of light are going to shoot from his open hand into the creature. She's going to reel back and sort of try and see where it's coming from, but thanks to Koza, she can't. So she just sort of like rides and bats. Solinar, it's your turn.
Solinar ducks underneath as she lurches forward to bite at Johannes. Solinar ducks underneath and like kind of spins around below her, and popping up on the other side tries to just like both blades out to his side, just drag them down her. Well, let me roll for that real quick.
He's trying to drag on down.
Ah. They're both 27s. As he strikes out both blades to his side, a tension sheathes itself in a gust of wind that, as he sinks attention into Emberlyn Shyam's side, the gust gathers around the body overall and is almost like little bits of wind in all directions surrounding her, whooshing past all of her limbs and her ears. And then on top of that, seeing Johannes get chomped on, drops down to one knee and goes, "Johannes, it looks like you could use a lift."
Hell yeah, you know it, but also long turns of initiative before I go. But you know what's gonna happen.
Ilfiel has seemingly shook off this fear, and it's been replaced by this look of grim determination. She's going to hold out her staff and begin chanting in Draconic. I am going to let you all understand that you're going to need to get out of the way, so I'm letting everybody on y'all's side roll advantage on dexterity saving throw because she's casting Fireball.
She didn't even ask how big the room was.
She did
Yeah,
not.
how big's the room?
I mean, in fairness, you are outside.
I don't know what that's got to do with asking how big the room is, though.
Only polite. Johannes is running towards Solinar, who's taking a knee, and then we both feel the heat behind us, and Johannes goes, "Duck and roll formation!" And he dives, and he jumps onto Solinar, and they flip, and so Johannes' shields are kind of like behind both of them, and while they're both crouched down, and there's just fire going by.
All right. So anybody who took the full brunt of that fire blast is going to take 25 damage.
Yowza.
Anybody
No,
who succeeded
Koza.
takes half that.
Except for me, I don't take any. 1, because Johannes is that cool, and 2, because I have evasion.
All right.
Animal or Koza looks really burned.
Yeah, Koza looks pretty worse for wear, I think.
Yep.
We are going to
Meanwhile,
come up to
animal.
Johannes' turn.
Animal!
We're going to come to Johannes' turn.
Johannes is we're in the tuck and roll formation, and then Johannes is looking at his character sheet because some things changed very quickly with fireballs flying. We're in the tuck and roll formation. Johannes has his shields behind him. He's over the top of Solinar, and then Johannes puts his feet on Solinar's kind of in like a super crouch position, and Johannes is like, "Yo, give me the foot boost." And Johannes just goes to put his feet on Solinar's feet,
Hell yeah.
and then we do the knee bend.
I was gonna say, can I spend either my reaction this turn or my bonus action from next turn
Yeah,
to do
go
this
ahead.
thing? Okay. So Solinar, after Johannes's feet are on Solinar's feet, Solinar kicks up, but it's not enough to kick up with just his legs. He kicks up and he puts his hands just above his shoulders on the ground and pushes forward so that he can launch Johannes as high in the air as physically possible.
Yeah, and as soon as I hit the top of the air, this creature's still blinded, right?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Johannes is gonna do he's gonna hit the top, and he's gonna do that thing where he takes his shield and he holds them up so it catches the sunlight, and then he just kind of like he's in like a swimmer dive formation, and he just lets the gravity take him, and he just like goes into the full dive, and he's coming down with just both of his shields in front of him, just like a spear, and he goes right at Cheyenne/Emberlyn. Johannes, swan dives, and he comes with both of his shields, and as soon as he kind of like connects into the like parts of the flesh, like at the shoulder and the wings, he hits with both of them, and then simultaneously also 2 smites go off right as the shields connect and just go poof. And then he like rips his shields out and kind of falls and gets to his feet and kind of again takes like a defensive crouch position.
As you all square yourselves up, ready for the next bout, Koza, your move.
Good evening. I have been told that I should thank all of our patrons, which give us our dark and powerful energies. I would like to extend our thank yous to Andrew Lay, Caribou Puppy, Dorothy, Haley Dennis, Sarah Lavender, and Stephen W. I wish you only the spookiest of times, and be sure to eat your vegetables.
Whoa, oh my god. Wow, I rolled a 2 and a 1, but I get to re-roll that 1, so.
Wait, you're doing with advantage, right?
Yeah, but that was what I rolled. I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Wow.
And then I got to re-roll the 1 because I'm a halfling. Which I did review right before this to make sure I wouldn't make any mistakes. I got a note on here on my sheet. This is Alon, you're a halfling.